Today, I'm going to leave the floor to Igor for the section about work package 6, and then to Tiasha and Adriana for the section about work package 1. But before doing that, I would like just to remind you that also within the framework of this third international partners meeting, we will have 2 webinars next week. One on Monday, which is organized by Malignani, and one on Wednesday, which is organized by us at ECIPA. And I believe you received an email that I sent you a few days ago because we kindly ask you to register for the webinars through Eventbrite. So it's 2 different links, one for Monday and one for Wednesday, and we please ask you to register if possible by today. Um, with that said, I would like to leave the floor to Igor. If Cecilia, do you have something to add?
Not really. Just inviting you because, I mean, both webinars can be inspirational to us, and so I really hope you'll be able to attend.
Just to add something to those 2 webinars, there are events also created on Facebook, so you can reshare them through the Facebook.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome everybody. Today I have a short presentation about work package 6, dissemination exploitation. Let me just share my screen. Share. This. Okay. So within the work package 6 and today's 1 hour presentation, I hope it won't last that long. I won't bother you for a whole hour. I just have a short presentation and then we can discuss things further. So what I would like to do today is an overview of the work package, what is inside this work package, short review of what work we have already done, what are the further steps that are necessary to take, and we will then in the end grab a hold of the platform, which was in the Wednesday's workshop of work package 5, which means that the end results of the work package 5 are also very much connected to this delivery of this platform. So first things first, the work package 6 has 4 main ideas. First is the communication and dissemination strategy and plan. This was delivered to the partnership, I believe, in March, with some versions up to May. We have then started working on this with this communication dissemination strategy for each month through all the media communication and dissemination channels. Promotional materials have been made, press releases have been made. Communication and dissemination is one of the topics of the work package 6, media communication, which means all the media channels and promotional materials. There are also some press releases. The third one is the website and or the platform that I have discussed further. So the website is supposed to be an entry point for the platform. And one further thing that is within the work package 6 is also the exploitation of project results. So we have discussed all of this quite hard with all of you, and going to the communication channels and materials. So we have for the internal communication, we are using the Microsoft Teams. Some of the files are there, some of the files are still missing. So I would gladly remind the partners to make use of it. So for the internal communication, that in the end, we will have all things gathered in one place. Then we have the web page, which has also been put up and filled with your and our newsletters and news, media communication through your channels, which means some of your local national media communications have been made. Social media channels are open, so we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram account, and some promotional materials that are also on the internal communication platform, Microsoft Teams. And then we come to the project results, which will also have to be delivered somewhere to the open world, so for everyone to see. One is again the internal Microsoft Teams, and the other is definitely the web page, which will then contain all the project results. Short review of the work done. So the communication and dissemination strategy has already been done, which I said earlier. The website and social media channels have been opened. Some are used more than others. So the media and communication, you might see that this list is similar to the first one that I've shown, because we are already doing something within all four steps of the work package 6, but there is a lot of room for improvement. Let me share for this work done. I have to, how do I do this? Stop sharing. We have put together is this visible?
Okay. Yes, I can.
We have put together a list of media communications and dissemination actions, which means monthly articles. We will send you to all the partnership. This right columns should all be green, but as you might see, they are not, which means that there are still, like I said, some room for improvement. So this is about the monthly news. Then moving on to content for the newsletters. We already published 4 newsletters. I don't know if you are aware that all the newsletters are visible on the web page, and you can also download it and share it within your partnership and your networks. So again, this right part should all be green, but still not. We are right at the deadline for the last newsletter for this year. You will be kindly reminded to give us some content. Moving on to the monthly reports for each work package, and last but not least, the evaluation of activities within the project. like I said, I will share this document with all the partners and kindly ask you to fulfill all the missing cells with your input, and we will then publish it to the web page and all other channels. Okay, back to my previous presentation. So what are the further steps within our work package 6? Work package 6 is really really requires involvement of all partners, which means that we are expecting your active involvement. We are kindly asking you to take time and prepare some content, like I said before, for newsletters, for news, for social media. We have to make this project, this Talent Journey platform, visible, which also leads to the second point. This is dissemination to your stakeholders and partners. Each of you, I know some of the partners are very active in this resharing of news and articles on your own web pages, on your own social media channels. Some are still lacking behind. We have discussed another point which will be done in the next month, is an upgrade of our Talent Journey website. We have discussed this with Adriana and the team, and we will have an upgrade of our web page, preparing it for the, let's say, the final stage before entering to the actual platform that we are developing. You will get more reminders for upcoming deadlines for preparation of materials from us. We have discussed this also with Adriana, that we need more communication within our project, and we have come to the idea to, let's say, hire a communication manager, and I'm glad to so that I can say that we have a name. I will present her later. It's one of my colleagues, which will take over the actual reminding of all the partners for things that still need to be done. Okay, coming to the last thing of my presentation is the actual ladder or steps for the Talent Journey platform. I believe we are slowly making all these steps that you can see here, which means that we are somewhere on the first or second step, knowing where we stand and setting some standards for improvement. I believe that we have skilled and motivated people, and going to the next step, strong collaboration and continuous improvement will definitely lead us to reach our goal of this vocational excellence that we are seeking within our project and beyond, also beyond our project. Thanks for your consideration. I'm glad so I can answer any questions if any questions have arisen during my presentation. Shoot, if someone needs to or wants to. No questions. That's
I
usually great.
put up my hand. Can I speak?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see it. Let me
No.
just stop sharing. So, okay.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Igor. That was very clear, and I like this layout. Um, First of all, I wanted to share something I think is returning again and again on internal communication on Teams. I think several other times we have somehow discussed the fact that there is some sort of blackout, meaning that if you upload things onto Teams, the other partners won't know that there's more new material on Teams. So I think we have to find an effective way of having this flow smoothly. So the minute you upload something onto Teams, like send an email. I know it's not very practical, and remember when we were in Hamburg, we also mentioned that because we thought we could be working on Teams, but Teams is not very practical in that way because you're not advised that there's something new, and it's very complicated. You have to go into the various folders and realize there is something new. So I don't know if you have any suggestions, or we can agree on a more effective way of circulating the information and use Team in an appropriate way. And then another thing I wanted to ask you with the view to better dissemination, like, for example, some of our news, like, for example, this one about the webinars, has been relaunched by other stakeholders, like, for example, the Association of Entrepreneurs in our region has relaunched the news on their homepage. Should we maybe keep track of this or give evidence of the sharing of the talent journeys activity through our stakeholders channels?
Yeah, if possible. So answering the second question, if possible, the resharing, if you can track it somehow, probably if you put it on your website, or if they put it on their website, you can somehow track it and put some numbers and notice this somewhere. This is probably will be very useful when doing some progress reports. We have seen that these templates that we have made for this evaluation schedule would come in really handy right now when we are dealing with the progress report. So basically, an answer, if you can track it, please write it somewhere, and you can then use it in your progress reports, of course.
Okay.
Can I make?
Sure.
No,
Adriana,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, sorry, finish.
Okay. Answering your first question, the communication within the Microsoft Teams, I'm pretty aware of that problem. We have not come to a solution of that yet, which means an automated solution to, I don't know, give you an email when something new is uploaded. Right now, there is only the option to notify the partnership with an extra email that you have uploaded something that they can check out. If you have maybe some idea what or
no,
what
okay.
better platform or something can be used? We
like,
are open for suggestions, of course.
uh,
Go ahead, Adriana.
Adriana has an idea.
Yeah, if I may add, I know this conversation, Cecilia, that you mentioned before in the first question, because we were discussing it already in April or March when this COVID started. And I know that it was put somewhere in the minutes that we actually ask all the work package leaders that anytime when they actually put something new in the teams, it's very important that you inform the other partners that something is new there. So it's still valid, the same invitation. There's really all the partners do this. But regarding the communication, as you already mentioned, in January, we are going to have, so we are now just preparing the report for quality assurance according to the questionnaires that you fulfilled, and we are going to deal with it in January on our actually regular monthly meeting. I don't think it's going to be prepared in December because it's going to be focused on interim report. And it was quite a lot of suggestions on improving these communication channels, and definitely we are going to consider this and try to find some other solution. Because at the beginning, okay, there was quite divided the partnership, what kind of support to use. I think that we will stick to Teams regarding the files, but it's a kind of, let's say, the storage for the files. But otherwise, regarding the communication, we are already considering and thinking about some new solutions. Because it's true that, yes, we are quite lost with the emails and not reminded that something is new, etc. So we will consider this, Cecilia, and try to find some new solution for this.
Yes, thank you. I think it's very important, and it's also important that I'm saying this for myself as well, of course, to give some sort of feedback that you have received the message, because sometimes you have like the impression you are talking to nobody, to the air, because you don't receive feedback and you don't know if it has been received, or just because I think that keeps also our consortium alive and say, okay, we've received, checked it, to keep our work together going, even when we are not actually having proper formal meetings or things.
Yes, I agree. I agree on this.
I also totally agree. That's why I would like to introduce my colleague. I see that she's already here, Barbara from School Center Velenia, which will be our, let's say, communication manager in the future.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, Barbara. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello.
So you can expect some emails from her shortly.
Thank you. Welcome.
But you're not disappearing, Igor, are you?
Sorry.
I mean, Igor, you're not disappearing, are you?
No, I'm still here, just resharing some of the work.
Good.
Additional support.
Hi, everyone. I just have a small comment. Also, thanks for your presentation, Igor. I know that we had been requested on a couple of occasions to contribute to the website. I think that from our end, it's good to have a little bit more of a schedule if possible. I don't know if that, just in terms of maybe more regular, something that we can put in our diaries and then remind us. That usually helps for other projects in terms of keeping regular updates. And then on top of that, I must say the teams, I'd raised this with Taja before, but I'm not sure of the solution. But in terms of moving forward, I think that the issue with the teams is that we have this random other account that was created for us, and we can't link it to the Teams account that I normally use. So whenever I have to go onto Teams, I go onto this account on my browser that I have to sign out of my other account and log in. And to be honest, I only do that when I have to upload something. So I think that if we think about the new platform or whatever, our new approach, in terms of something that everyone's using already, or at least like it's not super inconvenient to use, I think it will help just in terms of contributing and checking and seeing what people are uploading more often and stuff. So just a small comment.
Thank you,
Sorry if
Madeline.
yeah. Sorry, by the way, if I'm being redundant, I had to pop out for a second, and so I hope I didn't repeat something that someone said. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm also well aware of the problem that right now we have to log in with another account to the Microsoft Teams. I have the same problems. We will try with Adriana and the technical staff there. I believe that it is possible to link our accounts in Talent Journey with our regular accounts. I don't know. I have a school account for Teams. I believe that it is possible to link it. So I'll discuss this with Adriana and the technical stuff if possible.
Thank you. I believe there's some issue with this before because of the nonprofit status that was used to create the teams, because I'm not sure, but I had definitely asked Taja before and she said it's not possible. So it might be of use just to kind of think about maybe we have to use a completely different platform. I don't know, but I think it's not very effective at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, I think during the project after 1 year, it's quite, difficult to go again, because we are just discussing, what are we going to do with the upgrading on the platform? And this is going to be very important. But at least, as I said, using it as the file, to download the files, that we have a kind of storage place. But really for the communication, we are thinking of some other tool that is much, much more friendly.
Yeah, like maybe Slack or something.
Yeah, yes. I was thinking also Slack is really is.
I didn't want to expose this today because we had such a hot conversation while we were in Hamburg, there was a fight between Slack and Teams. So I wanted to suggest Slack, and I think that we are going to introduce Slack, but so far, okay, we are thinking about.
Yeah, I think Teams works better for the depository aspect, what you're saying, where we can keep all our files, but I don't know. I know it's kind of bad to keep introducing all these random platforms and stuff, and it makes it kind of hard to keep track of, but a lot of people do use Slack. And in terms of collaboration and communication, it's very easy, I think. And I don't know, I have it on my phone, so I usually more prompted. I don't know.
This is one point. Yeah, Slack is very much alive outside the educational sector, but in the educational sector, every school has the Teams platform. So basically, this Teams comes from the school sector.
It's not from the school sector. It came from the company sector into school, and it was now released during the COVID. And it was not actually for the purpose of the education.
Yeah, but Microsoft for education. So I wanted to say something to Madeline's question. So I know that there's a possibility to add people as guests inside your platform. So we are basically doing this with our outside personnel. As we cannot put them inside as our own people, so it's just a technical issue. We won't bother here all the people with the technical.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know it hasn't been not thought of. We've brought it up before, but thanks.
Igor, maybe we should expose also what we discussed, because in the plan we have this the drafts or templates for the roll-ups, for the posters, etc. Maybe you should expose this that we were discussing, that you are going to prepare this now and then send you this template so that you could actually
Yeah, the first thing has already been done by Barbara. That is a template for newsletter, news articles, which means that all the news articles will have to follow some templates so that we have all the relevant data to upload it to our web page. Usually there are key structures missing, which means keywords, or that you can search by keywords. Then this introduction, which is then visible as a short notice. So we have already prepared a template for this newsletter, a news article. We will also prepare templates for most of the media structures that we have, and they will of course be uploaded to the Microsoft Teams platform, and we will then notify the partners to use them. Okay, thank you, Barbara. So you can find templates under Work Package 6 templates on the Microsoft Teams.
Is it a special file, the name of the file in this Work Package 6, Barbara? It's templates, yeah. Okay.
Templates, yeah.
Yeah, it's the name.
Let me just take a look. Yeah, it's under templates and fonts. It's the article template.
Maybe just to add what it was said before or exposed by Cecilia, yeah, it's very important that you actually have a kind of list of all the publishing that you have made, because this is so much important. Each time in the report, we need to send all the links and everything where we publish. Actually, it's so funny, but somehow they are a kind of policemen who are tracking what are we doing. The actually people who work in Brussels, sometimes I'm just surprised what everything they see. They know what we do. They are really following and tracking what are we doing. So it's very important, not only that is coming from the lead partner, but from all the partners, because this is the dissemination, right? So please try to publish as much as possible.
That's exactly why we have created this monthly progress reports, which means that you lose 20 more seconds just writing something that you have done in the previous month, and it really helps you then, I don't know, after 1 year of work to gather things that you have to put in the progress report. So from my point of view, this is all for Work Package 6. If there are no further questions, I leave the floor back to Laura.
Igor, I have not a question, but a reminder to all of partners. Please, whatever document you produce, use the visual identity that was developed. It was already said so many times, but we still get some documents that are not prepared by this, using this identity, visual identity. So please try to use the fonts, the logos, the way that all that
Yeah.
prepared in the same way. No?
Thank you for your reminder. Yes, all the templates and the visual identity of the project is again under work package 6 of the file, so you can find the visual identity templates, fonts, PowerPoint templates, document templates, report templates. So everything is there.
So you mean all sorts of documents, also those intended for internal use. Like, for example, we actually didn't give the visual identity to some documents that we had uploaded, considering that they were for internal discussion, but now I understand that every single thing that you produce, share, or it's better to exceed in the use of visual identity than not. So even for short notices or internal communication documents that are supposed to be documents, drafts, and work of any kind. So you are suggesting and inviting us to use the visual identity template.
I mean,
Cecilia,
I understand. Yeah, I understand when you still have the working version, right? But it happens quite often that we already have the final version and then you put it in, let's say, in the Teams, and it remained without the visual identity. That's the problem. These final versions. If you just have discussions or like this, then it's not that much a problem. Let's say that we are a group, I don't know, I and Tiasha and I don't know, maybe CPI. Okay, we have some discussion on certain issue. Of course, we will just there will be some notes, it's not a problem. But when we are going to finish some, let's say, common instructions or whatever, and we are going to send to all the partners, then yes, it needs to have the visual identity.
Okay, thank you. So let's keep in mind that whenever something is shared with the partners, it automatically has to have the visual identity. Right, thank you.
I just wanted to say that we received compliments on the website and its visual identity. So I would like to share this with you, Igor, because it's nice always to know when people do compliments about the things we do. So
thank you. That's a first.
And then I will leave the floor to Adriana and Tiasha about the work package 1. Then, if there are no more questions about work package 6.
But I still see, Madeline, that your hand is raised up. You have something else?
I don't. But I would also like to compliment the visual identity. I think it looks nice. Since my hand was up.
Great. Okay, thanks. So we have 15 minutes, so we can end 15 minutes earlier. Firstly, I would like to say that we have received information from some members of the steering committee that they could not be today with us. And we somehow agreed with Adriana, just the two of us, and our colleague Patricia, to go through the presentation starting now on, and that all participants should, that we are here now, will listen or be together with us through the entire presentation. Firstly, we would like to start with some general overview of the project. This will be presented by Adriana, and then we'll go through the entire project kind of overview and finishing with the financial issues and this interim report preparation. So I kindly invite you to stay all the day. The partners who won't be with us are SAMP. From CPI is Helena, from CRAN is Jože, and from ST Electronics is Arno, who will not participate today. So I will just give now the word to Adriana. She will present an overview of Talent Journey.
I mean, first of all, I would like to ask you if you agree, because I saw that actually the members of the steering committee do not differ that much from the project team group. So, and it would be, I don't know, it would be too long if you would repeat this 2 times, so it's no use, right? What do you say? Do you agree? And then we can also finish earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. What about the others? Because I don't know if you are with us, because I don't see you.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to myself.
Sorry, you mean agree? So this will be considered a steering committee, correct? I didn't understand exactly.
Yes, we would like to connect it, you know, because yeah, nevertheless, it was mentioned to go through deliverables and to the next steps, right, about each work package. And then it would be, I mean, very similar topics actually would be discussed during the steering committee. And I mean, and the members are almost the same.
Okay.
If you agree.
Yeah, for us it's okay. And I
Agree.
also would like to remind that
okay, it's
that
Friday,
all the sessions are recorded. So for the ones who are not present at the moment, I'm uploading the links into Teams. You already find the one of day 1 and day 2, so you will find also the ones of today.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so if you allow me, I'm going to start my first part. Just a minute to share.
Adriana, that's the reason I'm showing this. I have been celebrating the whole afternoon my graduation from executive MBA.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
today.
Today, yes, today.
Bravo!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Bravo, Marco!
Yeah, this is the second bottle already. So
perfect. That's nice. So
you should talk today instead of us.
I'm only listening today. Yes.
Okay.
When are we going to toast? To make a toast?
That's right. I'm looking forward to that. I'm already with my empty bottle, so it's not so much time.
You are going to have a party. Is it allowed in Finland to do
No,
it?
we had the party in Zoom in 2 o'clock. So from Aalto University, there was 40 participants, and it was very black and white celebration. 45 minutes in Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Okay, let's try. I have some problems. Sharing is caring. Okay, now it's here. You know, I was thinking a lot during the workshops that we had this week, and I saw there are still a lot of doubts or unclarities. That's why I want to dedicate the first slides really to go from the starting points that we are having since the beginning of the project, and we are moving slowly towards the concrete actions. So what is Talent Journey actually about? Okay, we already know. This is just a very nice word, so I leave it inside. So, yes, they call us the Centers of Vocational Excellence, that they are the engine for vocational education and training development. So really, we are supposed to completely modernize and put the completely new grounds for the new era vocational education and system. And I want to expose here the three main elements who influence are very important inside the talent journey. And of course, how did we create everything? So definitely in the background is European Commission background policy that we need to follow. The second one is digital and face-to-face platform for our users, which is actually the most important, but is very much influenced from the outside stakeholders. And definitely we are talking, because I heard quite some time this question during the workshops. We are talking about two versions. So one is digital and another one is face-to-face. And the first thing is IoT action services for our users, which are our deliverables, but also the things that we are going still to develop and new ideas through discussions that we are making through the work package 5. Just a minute. Should I put it here? Okay, so what is the European Commission background policy? Here you can see they believe that Centers of Vocational Excellence is an integrated part of skills ecosystem, contributing to regional development, innovation, and smart specialization strategies. Each learners to acquire both vocational and key competencies through high quality education that is supported by quality assurance, builds innovative forms of partnership with the world of work, and is supported by the continuous professional development of teaching and training staff, innovative teaching methods, mobility, and international strategies, and is a part of research, education, and innovation, working closely with other education and training sectors, the scientific community, and business. So it's not innovation. They want to put it, as I said at the beginning, the innovation also to lower levels, so into the vocational education and training, not only to university level. And here you have listed in the right side, the below corner, some documents that support, and they actually brought to this initiative of Centers of Vocational Excellence. But if you want to read it, of course, there are many of them, you are welcome. But this is actually the European Commission background that we need to follow. Now, IoT digital and face-to-face platform for our users that we should create through this project, so these 2 years. So this our talent journey platform is influenced quite a lot, or will be influenced. So it's still in the process of developing, but it will be influenced very much by the following, how would I say, elements or institutions. ETF. ETF is European Training Foundation. And they are actually developing the methodology. How are you going to measure and prove that you are the center of vocational excellence? We were in the testing period, but just the project leads of these 5 pioneer COVES, and I do hope it's going to be available as soon as possible also for other centers of vocational excellence and also the partners inside. Then there is a quite big influence by other COVES, because we need to work in balance. We need to develop in balance. So there are a lot of discussion between the 5 COVES, the first one and the new ones. Then is a pact for skills. What kind of services, every kind of services we are going to develop and actions or implement or provide inside our platform, we will need a lot of partners inside. And that's why Tjaša sent you last week, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, if you want to join the initiative that we enter as a talent journey partnership in this Pact for Skills, which is again going to be supported by European Commission, because we need to make a lot of partnerships and networks in order to be able to provide these actions that we are going to offer inside the platform. Then is national policy makers. National policy makers, this element is very important. In the future, if you want to talk about the sustainability, it's not enough that that we just count on European Commission and their funds. We need to count also on the support at national level. That's why we need to promote centers of vocational excellence at national level. Everybody in each country. We are doing in Slovenia, in Finland, you need to do the same, in Estonia, in Italy. So this is very important, of course, because it's connected with financing as well. I will explain you later a little bit more. But you need to take the floor and you need to connect with the ministries because we need to influence them so that we actually prepare the grounds or the background for the future financing. Smart specialization chains. This is also one of the strategies that was included when preparing the European Commission background for financing the centers of vocational centers. And here is also, as we said from the beginning of the project, please do connect at national level with smart specialization chains. This is very important because in these smart specialization chains, there are companies and other institutions who develop, or let's say they need skilled working force in the fields also that we are developing inside the talent journey. Do make partnerships with them. Another thing which is very important are support services by European institutions. I presented to you once, I think it was, I don't know, maybe before the summer holiday. And another thing is COPE. This is, COPE is Community of Practitioners. So European Commission, in the frame of these support services, is going to establish also a community of practitioners where different COVES are going to share different expertise and will be then offered further if needed to the partnerships in these platforms of vocational excellence. So this is, if you remember, on the right side that I presented you, and I think that Tjaša, right, you also sent the this presentation by the European Commission to all of you some time ago. So these are the 3 hubs that are going to support platforms of vocational excellence. And they put it in a kind of 3 fields. It's knowledge, it's capacity building, and technical assistance and counseling. They are going to support us, but this is still in the phase of establishment. They have a kind of, let's say, agreement and negotiations. And this is more from the side of the European Commission institutions, such as Institute for Innovation, Joint Research Center, CEDEFOP, ETF, as I said before, OECD, UNESCO, and some other organizations. Who are prepared to actually share their knowledge and technical assistance. That's why I want just to expose, or that you see that this is really a very important initiative, and it's very difficult. That's why these projects are very difficult. And that's why they are really trying to offer to us as much support as needed. But yeah, it's still in the phase of preparation. And on the left side, yesterday, towards the evening, we had the meeting, the 5 COVES and the new COVES from this year with European Commission, Joint Research Center and ETF. And we were discussing in what form this community of practitioners could support platforms for vocational excellence. So I don't know when this is really concretely going to be launched, but I do hope as soon as possible. And this thing should work 7 years, of course, but of course, I think these are kind of new bodies that are joined together or connected together in order to support the platforms. This is the very important thing for all of us. I don't know how many of you do you know about the Recovery and Resilience Facility money, funds? Can you just give me your voice, because now I don't see your, do you know about it?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm. So this thing is very, very important for us. And that's why, I mean, I was told this information, maybe it was, I don't know, 2 months ago, and something more already in January, not in January, it was in June when they were start to talk about these funds, or a little bit before, but it was not completely clear. So each country got this recovery and resilience facility funds, 672 billion in loans, all member states. And
Okay.
yes, and if you can see among the 7 flagship areas for reform, this is about the reforms. That's why in Talent Journey we are in platforms of vocational excellence, we are talking about the reforms and completely establishing new backgrounds for the vocational education and training. So among the 7 flagship areas for reform, one is on reskilling and upskilling. And to support member states drafting of their reform proposals, the Commission has just issued guidance with mock examples of investment priorities. Among them, the centers of vocational excellence are included. So yesterday, after the meeting, Joao from DG Employment, he sent us this also in written form. You can also read it on there, but it is very important that you know about it. Most of the preparation, I think that the contracts have not been signed because this is a story connected with the veto of Hungary and Poland. Do you know about it?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
So this is connected with this. So if actually Poland and Hungary would not block this, the contracts would already been signed, because this money came extra additional because of the COVID, because the society and the labor market will need a strong recovery. And vocational education and training plays a very important role here, because there will be a huge number of people who will need reskilling and upskilling, especially for this transition to green and digital, what I was telling to you on Monday. And it's a lot of money. So please do contact your national institutions, do contact your ministries. Tell them that you are included in these initiatives and try to negotiate the money here. So there was recommendation by European Commission, and try to negotiate with it. And this money should be also intended for different activities, but also for infrastructure, for demo labs, for equipment, and many different things. But you need to take your own initiative and do contact your national level, but please do it as soon as possible. Some questions on this topic, or can we go further?
I just had some, sorry if I missed the slot to ask this, but I just had some questions on the last topics that you had brought up in terms of like connecting on a national level with smart specialization chains. I'm wondering, do we have from the exercise on Wednesday, I think it was, we had some sort of connection only in Finland to some governmental bodies that I'd seen, but is there any like more in-depth ecosystem mapping, or do partners have any connection with any sort of political sector political government bodies or anything like this in relation to how we will roll out the Talent Journey joint curricula? And like if there's some sort of strategy moving forward with that.
Yeah, but this is not only about curricula, but this I'm going to talk
The
later.
platform. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
Sorry.
I mean, relations in each country are very different, you know. I mean,
Yeah. Right.
we have quite a lot of relations to the national level and the ministries, but okay, maybe because Slovenia is smaller country, but that's very different, these relations in each country. That's why, I don't know, for us it's quite normal that we have every week connections, for example, with the ministries, but I don't know, right, you can tell me how it is in Finland, how it is in Italy, and how it is in Estonia. But really, that's why it's still time, but you do need to influence and you do need to negotiate, because it's a lot on us. And we need to influence.
Okay.
Okay, and now I came to these talent journey actions and actually services. I did it on purpose and put some extra things on because I see what are we discussing about in our workshops. So I believe, because why, what do they expect from us, especially our users? I think that this, our platform will need to be a kind of, I don't know, a kind of hub or a kind of point or where actually all the knowledge and skills and events will happen in the field of industrial IoT. In the middle, I just put certain things that we are discussing about, that all these actions that we are offered to our users will need to integrate these elements: user-oriented, user-friendly, environment-friendly, inspired by technology trends, ecosystems for sharing knowledge, skills, expertise, up-to-date IoT data collection, innovation. Here there is another element I forgot. Innovation and respecting the insights are two different things. Sorry, I forgot to make a sig. And because all the what we have found out additionally from the insights in Work Package 5, this is very important. And these insights, that's why these insights and everything that we are doing step by step in Work Package 5 should be considered and should be somehow put in all these actions and activities and services that we are going to offer to the learners, to our users. For example, I put inside IoT career guidance. It would be very good now when we are establishing the wider network of companies who are working in IoT field, that they will constantly tell us what kind of job opportunities are going to be out there or in this field of IIoT. All our partners that we will have. Then IoT digital library. Okay, we already put inside, it's still quite empty, just two things, but I don't know, all the webinars, all the articles, or the links, very useful links, it's good to put them there so that it's going to be all together at one place. Then IoT international joint curricula. Of course, these are the modules that we are developing in the frame of Work Package 4, but also IoT upskilling trainings or reskilling trainings that we are also going to develop in the frame of Work Package 4. And a lot of them, I hope, are going to be delivered also online. Then IoT professional development. These are the trainings that are being developed now by SAMP and will be offered to the wider audience, I mean the learners who are interested in this knowledge. And train the trainers. IoT short webinars. These are the webinars that you have just launched. I think that in Finland, you already have it. Now it's going to be in Italy. We are preparing. So this is very important. IoT hands-on projects. I do hope that when we are going to launch this thing, but these IoT hands-on projects, they can already start. IoT job shadowing, IoT work-based learning in companies. But if you will want to offer IoT work-based learning in companies, it's very important that we make companies pool. That's why it's important that we collaborate with our partners who are going, I don't know, to support us in in delivering and developing the international joint curriculum or upskilling trainings. I do hope they will agree that what kind of offer they're going to provide for the future working force or for the learners. Maybe, I don't know, is going to be this a job shadowing? Is this going to be a practical training, summer job, hands-on project? So we need to start putting this on our website, on our platform. IoT hackathons. This is the matter that I would like to expose later, because in March we would like to organize a digital hackathon, talent journey together with the 5 COVES. IoT meetups, as many events as possible on the topic of IoT. Why not discussing about this? IoT makerspace, co-working space, IoT digital platforms data, as it is prepared, for example, in work package 2. It would be very useful, as many links to have as possible, so that we would see where can we get up-to-date information on what is happening in the IoT industry. And IoT learning virtual space. So these are just some of the, let's say, action services that most of them are coming out from deliverables that we are preparing for different work packages. And some of them I've heard very good ideas during the workshops, not only this week, but also when we were having for, I think it was for design thinking maybe. So these are the things that we will need to start now in one space and start to offer to the users, because this is why we are doing. But I know that the way there, it's quite long. In 2 years, we can come to this point. We can do this. And then we will need additional time, because establishing such a huge thing, it's not an easy thing. And it needs time and it needs patience. And I know it's a lot of philosophy in the background, but then you come step by step to the concrete actions, and to some concrete actions we are already coming. I just want to show you, I mean, what is actually the background and the things that we don't know and where actually should we move. And about the follow-up, the last thing here from my side, towards the end of 2020, the next call for proposals on the platforms for vocational excellence is going to be published. I do hope it's not going to be too late, because now this veto of Poland and Hungary influences also this cause. So if this thing is going to be longer as expected and there will be no agreement, also the call for proposals can come later out. We can apply again, because there was quite a lot of time, the conversation among the 5 COVES, if they are going to allow us that we apply again, because every year they want to accept 5 new or 7 new platforms of vocational excellence. But then we discussed with European Commission and they said, sure, you can apply again. And it's going to be but you need to upgrade, of course. You need to spread the partnership, especially internationally, not only inside the European Union. You will need to upgrade the topics. So are we going to connect IoT with something and some other elements? Are we going to put focus, I don't know, on micro-credentials or on badges or on individual learning accounts? So these are still the things that we will need to discuss together, and we are discussing also with other COVES, but definitely we will need to go in line, as it is said, with all these strategies that I showed you at the beginning, and have connection how to make Europe fit for digital era and green, towards green society and economy. So this is the information that we have so far. And yes, towards the end of this year, we will need your decisions. If you want to continue, I do hope you want to continue. If you go together, And definitely we will need to spread our partnership to additional partners. Some questions till this point, or can we continue now with Tiasha and Patricia?
Adriana, there is a comment in the chat.
Oh.
This is just because I don't know when it's best to bring it up. I feel like we just touched on it, but I don't want to disrupt other sort of trains of thought.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't see the comment. Can I stop sharing? It's okay? I will stop sharing. Now I see the comments. Not sure when is the best to discuss this between relations. It's important to do. Yeah, we will need to discuss this, but at this point, I think we need some more information between also the 5 COVES and also between from the European Commission. I'm not quite sure what is going to appear in the new call for proposals. I don't think that differently, but nevertheless not that sure, because this has to do also something with this new COVID situation that appeared and all these funds that appeared actually, as I said before, this RRF funding. So I would kindly ask you so that we need to wait additional month to see what is going to happen regarding this call. Sorry, but I mean, more than this, I can't tell you now.
Sorry, my microphone is off. Yeah, no, it's just a important idea, I think, that we wanted to address. But
because, you know, we are also discussing in these 5 COVES because, yes, all of us, we want to come inside, right? Again, because we didn't have the same opportunity as the other 7 COVES are having this year, because this year 7 additional platforms of vocational excellence were selected, but they are in much better position than we were last year because they will be funded for 4 years. So it's much longer, right? In 4 years, you can do much more. And also the funding is 4 million euro. In comparison to ours, we have 2 years and only 1 million euro. So this is really not fair. That's why we expose this thing as a problematic issue and that we need to have the same opportunity. Can we continue or some other question? It's Friday, yeah?
Yeah, it's Friday. Okay, we will continue. Okay, let's go on. I will share the screen with the presentation we have prepared. It's about the work package 1 and we prepared kind of review of all the deliverables and next steps foreseen in each work package. It's kind of also summarizing of the last days we spent working on different work packages. For work package 1, the main deliverers are the project management plan. It was prepared, so this is completed. The quality assurance strategy, although the plan is completed. There are 2 reports that have to be prepared for the quality assurance, an interim report, which is in progress and will be prepared for the interim report we have to send to the agency, and the final report that has to be prepared for the next year. There were also several meetings, only 1 international meetings where all the partners were present. And only 1 was in live, face-to-face. This was in Hamburg. The other ones were all online. The next steps is finalizing the interim report. We would like to present it to by the 15th of December. Next thing is a partner meeting and workshop that is planned to be held in Estonia next year on April. Hopefully, we hope that we'll be in live, but we'll have to wait for the situation till spring. And another two things are the presentation of the quality assurance report that will be in January, and also in January we'll on the basis of this report we will plan the improvements to be done till the end of the project. Work package 2, it was presented on Monday. And the report on the 2.1 is completed. I put the 2.2 and 2.3 reports in progress because there are still some inputs that Madeline is waiting from us partners. I think the reports are already available in Teams, or no, I hope there will be. No, not yet. But I put the due date to the end of the next week to give the feedback. So the reports should be concluded by the December 15th. That when we have to send the interim report. So
yeah. At least I would say that that feedback should be supplied by probably the 9th or something, but I'm not sure. We haven't set this yet. So I wouldn't say
in the
for sure
minutes
this
you wrote by the end of November, but
yeah, when the report would be done, but not with the feedback. I'm not sure if partners will get the feedback in time. I'll pose it to Chris, but I'm just saying it's not.
Okay, but we need it as soon as possible anyway. You need it and we also, so okay.
Okay.
Work package 3.
Excuse me,
yeah.
Tiasha. Yeah, I want to stress the fact that the 4th of December and still we haven't these reports in hand. We cannot read them. It's really putting a lot of pressure on partners to be able to give appropriate feedback. I don't know whether, I mean, this is not feasible.
Please, well, we're aware that it's difficult and we are running out of time because the reports should be were planned to be prepared by June, and now we are in December and we really have to have this deliverable and completed, and we have to send it within the report. Interim report to the agency.
Can I ask something? Because maybe I misunderstood. So Madeline, the draft, let's say, almost the final version is already downloaded in Teams or not?
No, it's not. It has to be distributed by next week. The draft. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, okay, we supposed to send the interim report due to holidays not later than 20th of December. I mean, we can make it longer, but then you will need to do it very quick. We can say, as Cecilia, or you propose maybe the 10th of December. Would that be okay, partners?
Well, of course, it depends on when we will receive the material. I mean, at today's date, I would say, okay, 10th is okay, but what do we mean by next week? It can be the beginning or the end. Yeah, okay. And really, since we are supposed, I think it is important that we can read it carefully, not just give it a quick look. I wanted to I mean, to stress the fact that quality cannot be ensured with
Madeline,
this sort of progress and proceeding.
yeah,
Be fussy, but that's the way it is.
yeah. Madeline, is it possible no later than, I said, Tuesday? Madeline?
Yeah, I mean, I asked Chris, but yeah, sure. I mean, it's done from my end. It's done. So I'm asking him in this chat, but yeah, it should be fine. But either way, I did think that if it's Tuesday, which is what I was trying to say to Chris as well, the 4th may be hard. So I would go with the final partner input in 2 weeks or so, like by the 10th, if it's sent on Tuesday.
Okay, try as soon as possible, okay? So in the first half of the week.
Yes, and also we received some feedback that we'll integrate into the report from the call, so and also from the ecosystem mapping and everything. So I don't know how much really additional partner input will be needed to be integrated, but of course it's important to take into account.
Okay. Work package 3. There are 4 main deliverables here. Training, design, and delivery framework, which was already completed. Then are the training material design for 8 training. That is already going on, and 4 masterclass training. Actually 3, because one was already done by Park on the beginning of November. And there's also a sustainable business model to be prepared for training delivery. I believe this has not started yet and must be prepared by the end of May. Here are some of the next steps. The training time, days and hours schedule that is in progress. Already we touched that argument on Monday. Then is the preparation of the brochure for the first training, which should be already in December, if I'm not wrong. That should be in progress. Then delivering the brochure for the first training to partners, to publishing the training on Talent Journey webpage. After that, promotion of the training. This promotion is very important to be done by all partners within its organization. Those trainings are mainly intended for vet teacher, company experts, and other partner stakeholders. Then we have to prepare and publish the training plan for all the trainings. Then, of course, is the promotion. And we also suggest to establish a registration system to register and participate, to enroll to the training. There are also these 2 steps, we put it separately. One is organization of webinars. We have discussed this thing already in spring this year, that during this autumn-winter period, we will organize at least 2 webinars per partner. On Monday and Wednesday, we have, there will be 2 of them. I'd like to remind the other partners also to organize these webinars. I have put in Teams a template to put the general data, like who is the organizing, what's the topic, who will be the experts that will present lectures. I see that Samk has put some a description of a webinar there, but that's just this. So the webinars, I would also like to stress this up, that the webinars should be recorded and then they have to be published on the Talent Journey webpage. It's kind of promotion and of course results.
Just,
So
I think that our information should be there.
Yeah, your information is actually there.
But you said Samk, so for that reason.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
okay,
meant I
yeah.
have you in mind. I just said wrong. I'm sorry, I apologize. So, but your Marco, your webinar is already concluded.
Yes, it was. That's right. And we recorded that, and there was 150 participants.
But this, yeah.
Yes, but
the video could be shared on our web page. Was it just in Finnish language or was it in English?
It was in Finnish.
If it's, is it possible to add some translations, some subtitles or something like that could be interested for others?
Yes, and we have to talk about it, that are we all going to include all, for example, 1 hour webinars to our webpage, or should we somehow cut it and edit it? So yeah, if it's shorter, it's much more easier to subtitle it.
Yeah.
If I may intervene here, I mean, it's on you actually, Marco, but it's very important now, as I said before, this is going to be the IIoT platform, right? And this is not only for the inner partnership, it is really for the users. That's why it's very important that we promote everything that you do and put it on the web page on our platform. But it's on you actually which things you want to cut out, right? But really also do the subtitles then in English. It's okay that it's in Finnish, but it would be good actually so that it's useful for the wider public. This is actually the start that we are doing now.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, and another thing is this international network of experts. We have been talking about this already from the beginning of the project. And we can suggest that each partner should find or invite or include at least 5 companies and 5 experts in this network. And also to, since we are going to, I'm missing the words. We are going to apply for further funds and so, and it's one of the must thing is internationalization. We suggest also to include companies that are, or experts, international experts. Okay, something like that. Adriana, help.
Okay. So
I'm out of words.
What was intended here? This is put somewhere. I think it in work package 3. I don't remember anymore. But it's very important. It is very important that we start mapping. Yes, we are discussing this from the real beginning, but now they will need to see that in our platform, the number of the partners and companies and maybe other institutions, I don't know, some research institutions from IoT field, and also experts individually are actually becoming part of this IoT platform. Because it's going to be very important. I don't know, let's say, I still remember, I don't know if Ele is with us today. Is Ele with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I remember, for example, Ele, I think it was the first meeting in Hamburg when we were discussing with Arno. he was thinking about maybe that Ericsson would accept, I don't know, group of students or a kind of job sharing or whatever. These are the things that we need to know now, and we need to start establishing the pool of companies who have quite a lot of expertise in the IoT field, and they would be prepared to join our platform in the way that, I don't know, maybe they are going to accept students for IoT on the job learning. Maybe they will deliver from time to time webinars on the latest trends of IoT. In that sense was actually mentioned. That's why we need this space, because all these platforms of vocational excellence, also other COVES, they are starting and they are putting all the partners that they have so that they see that the network is spreading. But I think that our users, I don't know, let's say if we are going to talk about the IIoT mobility, when this is going to be possible again, it needs to be really in that way that they will see, oh, that is the pool of the companies in the Europe. Oh, maybe I would like to go, I don't know, to Ericsson. Maybe I would like to go to Italy. I don't remember now to which company, or to Slovenia or to Male that have a lot of this expertise. That's why is this important. And also individually the experts who actually are prepared to collaborate with the learners in certain topics. And that's why, because you already have partners, but now we need, that's why also smart specialization chains are so important, and these partnerships that we are doing. Because that's why we need to promote Talent Journey platform and try to invite them inside. We need to build it together. And since now we will need to start putting now on our platform, on the web page, and that's why, because we still don't have this, we need to start working on it. And I would say for the beginning, at least 5 experts and 5 companies, each partner that could provide. But not necessarily, as Tjaša said, only from your country or your region. It can be also, no, it would be good that each partner could also find some expert or company internationally.
Okay, thank you, Adriana. This is understood from us, because I was also thinking that we have not just companies, but also the university who is expert in this field.
Yes.
So as I'm just, well, getting to learn this program and project, then I would be really glad if you just point out the certain expectations within the working group. This is something that I also asked when I joined this, so it would be great help, because it will make also our actions more concrete, and we know just what to do and by which dates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ele, I also suggest, because sorry that I didn't have time, that maybe 1 week in December we would have maybe an online that I explain you everything in details, because you joined later.
Yes, this would be really good, because then we could have also probably others. I don't know if only our association or all Estonians, so that we can just probably set things right. Yeah, this is good. Yes,
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
ready for that.
We will fix the date. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Adriana, you can count me in.
Andrea?
Yes.
You mean what as an expert, or?
No, just as to get to know things better, since I also joined you later. If you think it's relevant, otherwise no.
Did we make a conversation, an additional talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. Anyone else about these topics, or we move on?
No, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. Well, Adriana has answered most of the questions I had in mind. This is quite a surprise, because this fact of establishing this international network with 5 experts, 5 companies is coming pretty new to me. I must have misunderstood. I mean, I can't find it on our application form, and it has not been reported to me by the people who attended the WP3 seminar, workshop, sorry. So yes, so you mean involving 5 experts, 5 companies for well, in our partnership, I don't, if you can please explain the degree of involvement you expect and that we are going to have to provide, because this is important. We have to be clear, and of course this is going to take time because May seems very distant, but it is not. So if you can please clarify this for me.
Yeah, it is written in the application, and we are discussing about this since the beginning of the project. That was also because also we are doing the ecosystem, and also for the international experts. I think it's written in the work package 3. It must be also in more minutes, because I remember that we were discussing and also was put as a conclusion, start mapping these companies and experts, because nevertheless we need them now, right? Also for the developing the trainings and the models, etc. So for all the activities, we can't do it by ourselves, right? Let's say, I don't know, also School Center Nova Gorica needs partners, right? If we are going to, I don't know, deliver certain modules, let's say, I don't know, on AI, we want to have in the background some people or some company experts who are going to be included maybe for certain topics in delivering, in providing. Maybe this is going to be only a short webinar. All the examples that I showed you before that go out from deliverables, right? Concrete actions and services that we are going to offer to our users. They are not supposed to be done only by ourselves. The ecosystem is very, very important. That's why we need to start mapping these companies and experts who are prepared to work with us. We are doing this, right, for other fields and different, but now we are going to do it for IoT field, IIoT. So this issue was much more time, I mean, exposed. So this is very important, these partnerships. That's why we are talking all the time about the partnerships.
Yeah, actually, we had been talking about that, but it had never been formalized this way. That's why I wanted to make sure about this schedule and this set of operations that we have to put into place.
Maybe Cecilia, maybe it's very similar, I don't know, for doing the on-the-job training, for example, for your students, right? You have a network of companies where you send them, right? Or you have a cooperation with certain companies or other stakeholders on specific topics. And you have also quite a lot, not all of them, not with all of them is sustainable partnership, but with some of them you collaborate very good. And this is about establishing these partners now and inviting what are going to be prepared to collaborate on. It's going to be very different. I suppose that, yeah, I suppose that certain companies will be very much interested to deliver on-the-job training, or maybe Erasmus Mobility in IoT field, right? In one of these fields, maybe in robotics, because you are covering the field of robotics. Then, I don't know, I remember that that your colleague said when you were in Nova Gorica that you have some very good connections also with Harvard, or they have occasionally certain lectures on soft skills. Maybe, I don't know, from time to time they would be prepared to join, have a short webinar.
I see. So somehow acquire their readiness to somehow cooperate within the Talent Journey platform.
Yes.
And sort of formalize, not just informal saying, not just declaring informally the way they are cooperating with us, but actually somehow have it written down so as to have evidence of this. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Then is work package 4. There are several deliverables here. First of one is content design for 5+1 modules that is already going on. Then we have to prepare an action plan about how to implement and pilot those modules. Then we have lifelong training, content and implementation design. Those two things have to be concluded by the end of the March. We have to pilot and test the lifelong training, and after that we need to prepare an evaluation report. This is by the end of the project. And the last deliverable within the package 4 is setting up demo labs. Next steps, formation of working groups, that's already in project or is already concluded. Designing the content of individual modules for AQF level 4 and 5, or this is already is going on. Then we have to prepare the action plan for implementation, then designing the content of 15 lifelong, at least we have written at least 15 lifelong training programs focused on IIoT, and designing the concept of demo labs. Work package 5, it was presented already on Wednesday when we have the all-day workshop for work package 5. So I'll just go briefly through. There are 3 deliverables here. The 2 deliverables are the stakeholder ecosystem. One is at the regional level for each region, and one is for the EU level. And then we have the memorandum of understanding. The first 2 deliverables, documents, or are going on simultaneously. So the tasks are divided into 3 different fields. One is explore, that has already been concluded. Define and ideate is in progress, and then the consolidation is the last one that will started and be concluded next year. But Paula has already stated everything on Wednesday. About the next step, draft and iterate the user journey, vision and service blueprint. Then discuss the final user journey, vision and service blueprints, discuss aspects of memorandums and vision roadmap, draft and iterate on memorandum and roadmap, discuss the memorandum and roadmap, and then adjust and deliver the final document. Most of these steps will be started in next year and concluded by the end of the project, or by the end of the project. Work package 6 was presented today earlier. There are 2 deliverables, 2 deliverables completed. Yes, I'm sorry. The dissemination and communication plan and the project website and social media. Other things are in progress. It means that there is an ongoing activity. Media communication and dissemination actions, the digital platform that is under construction, can I say so, and exploitation actions. Next steps, okay. There are all those activities that already Igor had mentioned. So preparing news articles, content for newsletter, publishing on social media. I would like to we have said that we have to publish at least 5 videos on the YouTube. So we have bit how I say
Maybe Igor, any suggestions?
behind, thank you, Igor. Behind 5 videos behind our goal. We have to push a bit this activity. Then monthly progress reports. Okay, we are behind this. I saw preparation of press statement. One press statement was prepared. Now the next one is before the last meeting. We have to prepare also press conferences at the end of this meeting and at the end of the last meeting. And the two thing is here, I put it in red, the setting and publication of project brochure and dissemination materials. I think we are already in the phase that we would need those things to promote and our project. But already this was already discussed before, if just want to say anything else or no. There are also these things were put it in the plan, communication plan. It's about offline events. We said that we will promote Tallinn Journey on various fairs, other networking events or meetings that should be face-to-face, but everything has moved online. So, further on, I will present some of the how I say events that already the Tallinn Journey was already presented. It was just kind of reminder.
Yeah. Can I say something? Listen, because now, yes, due to COVID, there are not that many events. I don't know, try if there are any conferences or whatever. For example, I was invited to one final conference of one project, which is actually on smart work-based learning yesterday. I don't know, it was about 130 participants, and I was promoting and presenting the Tallinn Journey. So if you have any that kind of opportunities, please do it. We can also share the presentations that I already prepared. Just tell me, because I don't know how it's going to, continue with this COVID situation.
Yes, so here is the list of conferences and other occasion that Tallinn Journeys was presented or is regular active on, like the 5 pilot COVE that are meeting regularly, then meetings with the EU Commission and JRC. Then there were 2 conferences, COVE workshop that was organized in was end of October or beginning of November, or indication of the European weeks of regions and cities. And then was a conference organized by Technica with all the 5 COVE projects were presented. Okay, that's pretty much for this overview of the work packages. And now we came to this financial review. And
Tiasha, can I just jump in very quick, because I saw that Marco is going to leave. Is it everything clear with work package 4? Actually, Marco, Sataedu, they sent you who is responsible for which module. Now you need to form these work groups. I think that some of you already have it, but if you have a correlation with other countries, you need to please contact each other. If you need additional support, you need to let us know, to Sataedu and also to us. Marco, do you agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. And we are going to, we haven't had the meeting with Italy because of the robotics. So that kind of joint meeting should be accomplished, so that even though we made this workshop of these learning activities, so we should have a common talk of the content of this curriculum. Yes.
I suggest, Marco, because actually you put that, I don't know, let's say in artificial intelligence, the 3 levels we have. We have EQF 5, we have EQF 4, a higher level and lower level. So, and there are 3 responsible partners. And I think we need to decide that one is responsible. Okay, you are going to be subdivided for this module who is responsible, but for coordination, it would be good that one is responsible.
Yeah, and I think that the knowledge of how to do it is inside the group. So maybe it's a little bit difficult to say, for example, that I'm going to be outsider and say that, okay, you lead this and you lead this. So you should have a joint agreement inside the group.
Yeah. So please take initiative, because we can't give you all the instructions because you also work in different way.
Yes.
But you need to do it immediately now in December, establish the contact, the working groups inside the same topics. Just this. We can continue.
Okay, now we go into the financial review. I will give the word to my colleague Patricia. She's the one who is contacting all of you regarding the preparation of interim reports. So, Patricia.
So, hello from me. I can say we prepared the first 6-month progress in May of this year. Then the second report, flash report, was asked from ESEA. This was in September. And we're up to finish the midterm progress report in a few days, I suppose. Here about the budget. Tiasha.
Yeah.
About the budget and use of money. The table shows numbers, the amounts per organization. This is the amount of the money we received from European Union. The first pre-financing amount we received. First was the budget. Then the first pre-financing amount, the reported amount to ESEA, and the percent of consumption. This is also shown in the next slide. The consortium total budget that is consumed per 37%, I suppose, yes. This is at our left, and at right, we can find what was the first pre-financing amount and what was the consumption. We consumed about 92%. The next, maybe Tiasha.
Already.
All amounts and numbers are also shown in columns just to let you know about your organization. The first column is the total budget. The second in violet is the first pre-financing amount, and the third in pink, it's what we are reporting to ESEA in for the first year. That is in a few days, I suppose. I have also shown a good example case of timesheet. There were some mistakes or misunderstandings, so I just want to show you what is to do to make something very good. This is the days, the abbreviation of SL. This means sick leave. Then also public holidays. This is in the second row. Other activities and annual holidays. We also have, if possible, to show hours for any staff category that is, I don't know, technician, administration, management. Now this is each in its row. And finally, also need to show other activities that are linked to employment contract. This is here at the end. And this number, this is 184, has to match the number here in the first table in a pink color. Yes, don't forget to put date. If possible, put it at the end of each month. For example, in July 31st of July, and not 15th of November, as most of some of you did. I can say this is a very good example. When I was checking your and also our timesheets, they weren't prepared in this way, but were clear enough for me to say it's okay. At the end, also some most common questions and misunderstandings. If we can change, yes. This where I kindly ask you to upload the correct documents to the appropriate folder in MCS Teams. Some of you, then do not forget to sign timesheets. In some cases, fill in the timesheets at the end of each month. So as I just said before, don't forget working days. Full working time is considered to be the number of hours according to your national law. Usually it's 8 hours, sometimes can be 7.5. You asked me also about part-time work. For example, if you work 6 hours, it means that the number of days is calculated by dividing the total numbers of hours by 8, not by 6. Then also please enter the correct number of days of each employee by choosing the appropriate staff category in this SSA document. And do not forget to fill in the type of employment contract. This is, for me, the most frequent questions and misunderstanding. We are up to finish this interim report. I ask you, the ones who haven't finished, to do it until Friday, the 4th of December. And the next step is in the time of 6 months. That is the next report, which will be to us, to Scholz Kids Center, because this interim report we are finishing now has to be presented to ESEA, so they will check all what we have done now. And the last is the final report the next year, which will be checked by ESA also. No? And I think that's all from my part. I'm a bit nervous.
Okay. So that was basically it. If anybody has some comments, questions about everything was said today. Now it's the time.
Yasha, can I just ask you about the long life learning module? Do we have to do long life learning module for every field? For example, robotics, production process development, data science, or are we doing just one of them?
We have to prepare 15 long life learnings.
Modules.
So for each module.
Yeah, Natasha, it's not about modules here, it's about programs. So for the joint curricula, we are developing modules, which will be integrated in the curricula.
Those are those 5 modules that are we preparing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But out of these modules, we will actually develop also lifelong trainings. This is a kind as we have in Slovenia as Munera, for example.
So they will be shorter.
They can be up to, as you wish, very different.
We have some limitation. They can be shorter, but it's in the application form, it's about from 50 hours.
Yeah, but I think we can go also to less.
No, from 24 to 100 pedagogical hours.
Okay.
24 is, we can go less, okay, yeah.
And then the team
but this is written in the application
but the
form.
team should be aligned with Talent Journey idea.
Yeah, definitely.
So IIoT and new technologies, new ways of thinking, new ways of organizing.
They should be derived out of the topics that we have. It's about about these 5 topics.
Okay.
But you can do, I don't know, in artificial intelligence, okay, maybe we will do 3. Maybe it's going to be only 1. In robotics, you can do 5. I mean, it depends, because there can be very different topics inside. But it's very important that,
if we need 15 of them, so from each field, like 3 of them. Or each partner, 3 of them.
Plus the general field, we have IIoT.
Okay. Just to have the perspective, what are we expecting from this? Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question regarding financing. So
go ahead.
We had a pre-financing for this year. Is there something similar for the next year, maybe?
Yeah, there will be the next 40% of amount that we will receive. If we reach the 70% of the expenditure, one thing, and if we reach enough, how to say, the report will be evaluated, and if we receive enough score, we will receive the next pre-financing amount, which will be the same as it was the first one. So another 40%.
Wait, sorry, what is the timing on that?
The report should be presented by within 2 months after the ending of the first period, after 12 months. So when we submit the report, when the report is checked, and if there are some additional information that we have to send to the agency to upload. Then after the report is completed, they have, I believe, 30 days to send us the second pre-financement amount. Within 30 days about when the report is completed and from the ASA point of view.
Let's say spring next year, maybe.
But there are just 5 reports they have to check, I hope, before spring.
No, but I think usually it's very fast. It's not like in
Yes.
Slovenia. Usually they are quite fast. They revise it very fast. I think it could be already maybe towards the end of January.
Yeah.
If everything is okay, I suppose it could be very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Because it's Friday, so that we go. It's Black Friday. We need to go shopping. No.
I don't have any practical questions, but I just want to know whether the recording will be shared with us so we can consult it later, just watch it later.
You mean the recording of the whole week or of today?
Of today.
Yes, it will be done in the same way as day 1 and day 2. So we will put the recording onto YouTube, but it's not publicly put, but it's just for the people who have got the exact link, and you can find the ones for day 1 and day 2 on Teams in the work package 1. In the folder about the 3rd International Partners Meeting, you will see it there. And I will put also the one of today as soon as it is ready.
Okay, clear. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think it's time for conclusion, right? I would like to say something, and then I would like to give the word to our host. So thank you actually that you stick to us till the end, till Friday. Thank you. It is a really fruitful work this week, and a lot of work was done and interactions. The tools we were using in all the workshops was really very great. I know it was very long, but as I said at the beginning, I'm really and also our team in Nova Gorica and Tjaša and Patricia, and I suppose that our director who is with us, we thank you to all of you for all the collaboration and contributions. And of course, as I said on Monday, we count on you for the future collaboration and really for your support and for your collaboration. So I wish you really, thank you also to Tjaša and to Patricia for sharing these things with us today and for all the work done in the project. And do enjoy the weekend and relax and don't think of the work during the weekend. And thank you, Cecilia and Laura, so Ecipa and Iti Malignani for all the coordination and preparation, and also now I can say organization, that you have done it very, very excellent.
We would have done much better if it had been in presence, but
I'm hungry. Don't tell me. I would like to eat. Really, because it was a lot of work inside and a lot of effort put inside. It's very difficult to organize that way, I know.
Yeah, but I would like to thank everybody for your very active participation. We tried together with the work package coordinators to make this partners meeting as interactive as possible, even in the online form. So we would like to really thank everybody for your participation. And also, I would like to share with you the greetings from the rest of the team in ECIPA, because you have seen mainly me, but there is also Matteo dealing with the technical part, my colleagues Simona, Davide, of course, our director also say hello to everybody. So we hope in the future it will be possible to host you in Italy and to show you around. Let's hope it's soon, that this COVID emergency finishes very soon. Cecilia, if you would like to add something.
No, you're absolutely perfect. And I take this opportunity to thank you publicly for all your work.
Thank you, really. And enjoy the weekend in most possible ways.
You too. Buon fine settimana.
And to you all, and see you on Monday, shall we?
See you on Monday, right? On Monday and then on Wednesday again.
Bye, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
to
you
all.
all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.